Hello, this is High Priestess Key. 1, 2 to the 3 to give you that knowledge, that wisdom, and that understanding of what you need to know right now in the element of earth. Okay, earth elements. Okay, when we say earth, what are we saying? Anything in reference of earthly possessions, anything in reference of this earth, Mother Earth, right? Being grounded, becoming balanced with the universe, frequency, vibrations, things of that sort that resonates with those tangible items, earthly items, right? But also feeling the need to work with earthly items, herbs, and any kind of things, earth, right? So you may resonate with this and not be an earth sign, although the earth signs, right, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, may resonate with this message more, but you may have earth in your chart. Like I'm a Virgo moon, okay? So I may resonate with these messages as well, but you don't have to be a specific earth sign to resonate with the earth element. All right. You may be trying to get to earthly possessions such as money. You might be doing something for your home, and these messages may resonate with you. All right. I am using what I call my ancestor messages. Okay. My cards that are numerology, spiritual astrology, and the planetary alignment is how I read in reference of the energy of the element. All right. So if this resonates with you, put your comments below and let's get to this message. All right. This is for Earth ancestors. Earth. What is the messages in reference of the earth elements, the energy around earth elements at this time, and what's the messages in this element? Okay. Messages in this element, ancestors, at this time. Okay. All right, Earth. Ashe. Wow. Earth. You got some things moving and shaking. I'm gonna tell you that now. And I resonate with this, okay, as the moon, as my moon being Virgo. All right. The first thing first that you need to know is that this full moon, you need to be getting it in. You need to be releasing. You need to be reassessing. You need to be reevaluating because the ancestors showed the full moon on your energy of internal vibrations, right? You need to be working with this full moon earth. All right. This full moon, you need to be bringing all darkness to the light, right? You need to be bringing out, leaving all that trauma and drama, everything you've been going through, you need to be releasing it. Ancestors want you to know right now you're going through a transformation. Even in your health, even in your wealth, okay, you're going through a major transformation. Even in your career, okay, the ancestors want you to know that the times that you need to be working with the full moon I was about to say February, April 12th, okay, in the true Sidereal is a full moon in Virgo. Okay, which is one of you earth elements, right? So that is another reason why I say the ancestors don't never lie, because this came out as your internal vibrations of what it is truly the frequency of what earth element is in, and that is in the full moon, right? So although they tell you in the Western astrology it's in Libra, it's not. That's to keep you out of alignment. It's in Virgo. Okay. So you should be working with your herbs. You should be doing things that'll allow you to reassess and reevaluate around your financial possessions and earthly items and things of that sort. Maybe some things you need to let go, and maybe some things that you need to release around earthly possessions, around earth element things, right? Because I'm seeing that what you're enduring is also in the things that you're attracting is about your successes, about new beginnings. All of these things is here for you, but the ancestors is saying you have the energy in the perpetual soul of transmutation of the Netherus that anything is possible. Right now, ancestors want you to know the things that you release will change and be the things that will you allow to come in. It's kind of like you need to release to allow to receive. The ancestors want you to know you need to expect the unexpected right now, Earth. Okay. anything is possible for you at this time, and the way things are changing for you. The cosmic energy is a force behind you at this time. It's all about, things coming to life for you. It is power behind that. Okay. I'm definitely seeing you being inspired, you keeping, maybe even trying to be positive, saying positive affirmations, mantras. Is definitely, showing you what you're inspired to do is to attract what's positive for you. Your faith and your belief and your positive thoughts and your visualizing and verbalizing your desires, and what you want to acquire right now is some of the things that you're doing. You're focusing on positive thoughts, which is a perfect situation for you to know that this energy is here and that anything and everything is possible. Unexpected things are going to occur for you. Okay. If earth element resonates with you, it's definitely showing that there is a lot of things in reference of what you've endured and the lessons that have happened to cause you to really be grateful and in gratitude of what's to come, right? And what you have in the present, right? So that is why you have a lot of energy here in reference of things that are changing for you, and the things that are, maybe you can't see at this time, especially when it comes down to your, home situation or your finances or your love or whatever it may be, your business propositions. Ancestors is definitely giving me that Ophiuchus energy on the end in reference of your law of compensation. So that's the wisdom. Ancestors say you have the wisdom to move out of anything that it is that you may be feeling that is trying to obstruct you from you getting to what you are to be rewarded for. The ancestors want you to know, with this energy in the law of compensation for you guys, this is about you being able to heal thyself. You are the spiritual healer. For some of you, you are true healers. You can utilize your hands, you can utilize earthly possessions such as herbs and things like that to heal others as well. So the ancestors is definitely showing that in reference of some of you. You need, maybe this is in reference of some type of business you want to do or you are doing, and the ancestors is letting you know you have the energy in the earth element energy now of being a natural healer, using holistic items and things of that sort to actually heal thyself and to also heal yourself spiritually. Okay. But right now, the veil is thin, and for my earth element, you have a stronger connection right now to the spiritual realm in a big way. The ancestors want you to know that, because not only is the Ophiuchus energy in your law of compensation, but also in the segment of being the messenger of love. So you are supposed to speak wisdom and love into those at this time that may be coming up amongst you, or that you work with, or so forth. Showing love to others is what's going to come back into you. Also, that energy of the snake goes back to the full moon energy that you're in. You're shedding some things. When you shed things like a snake sheds its skin, you're shedding old things. You're shedding and becoming anew. You're transforming. Okay. And with that formation comes around that moon element. Okay. The moon phase, I'm sorry, for your element. Okay. In the law of cause and effect, the ancestors is saying right now it's about your intelligence, what you have done for humanity, or what you may need to do for humanity. The ancestors is showing right now in the law of cause and effect, it may be that you may feel the law of polarity there. The things that you may be having that you're dealing with now may be the opposite of that. And that's why the ancestors is saying, the law of polarity is also about dealing with the good and the bad. So the earth element, this may be something that you have to deal with. You may have to deal with, what you cause in reference of your mental, your thoughts. Don't allow them to go negative, right? Stay positive, right? Balance the two, right? Because right now that law of cause and effect is your crown chakra is there. So the ancestors definitely want you to work on your crown chakra. In reference of crystals that you should be using for the full moon to help you relieve, release, and work with any type of rituals in reference of burning rituals and burning burning your petitions and things like that, even doing your spiritual baths, whatever it is to release. Ancestors said the crystals is black kyanite, moonstone, red jasper, and azunite. In reference of the herbs, you need to be working with myrrh and birch, saffron as well, um, water. Okay, even though your earth element work with water, especially if it's something that you're trying to do to bring in any rituals you're trying to do in reference of your career. Okay, because I'm seeing that here too. But there's going to be a change in some of your career. You know, you're going through a transformation when it comes to your career. So the ancestors is saying around the full moon, that's going to bring that into you or bring that into fruition for some of my earth element that resonate with the earth element. Okay, yeah, and that's the energy that's here. I'm just getting clarity. Yeah, don't. Yeah, the ancestors is gonna move you through. It's gonna be some. I have some negative energy that came out on something that you're inspired to do. Someone is trying to bring in some type of negative energy into what you're inspired to do. Somebody is trying to bring some type of havoc or something to you. So don't be surprised and be very careful of earth. Be very careful of those that try to bring some type of darkness your way, you know, with any type of spells or hexes. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just trying to prepare you. But the ancestors is saying, you know, it's something that's hidden that you may not see. I got Pisces energy here as well. Okay, so this is in this Pisces season. So you want to be very aware of this, okay? Because the way that this energy is coming through is on the law of inspired action. So something you're inspired to do and something someone else is inspired to do could bring in that energy of what you may not be seeing. You know, may bring in some trauma or some drama. It may bring in some evil or something of that sort. Ancestors say, if so, you need to be going in another direction. This could also be some type of violence, right? I have to be very transparent in the message. So you want to be very careful. It may be something that you're inspired to do that you don't see. It may be in your faith and in your beliefs. That may be triggering you to have this light about you that's going to attract the dark. Okay, so you want to just be very careful. It could go back in reference of finances or some type of communication. But the ancestors is showing, you know, don't be tricked out of what it is that, you know, may be going on. It may be that you're going to have to make a shift. Okay, because I got a lot of Uranus energy for you guys, which is also goes back to karma. It goes back to some type of, you know, wicked energy. And be very careful around the full moon weather. Okay, so be very careful in reference of anything around the weather for the full moon aspect for my earth element. But what I'm seeing in here is that there is some definitely some things shifting, and this could be something that you're not seeing, something that you're not that you could be suppressing as well. Okay, but the ancestors also said, you know, here's the miracles on the anything is possible and the changes that are happening. Okay, so the ancestors is definitely here to help you get through this whole situation, and that is near. You may be seeing the 999s, okay, which is a synchronicity number in reference of miracles, but also that miracle comes after you or while you're going through some type of Lion's Gate situation. And that means, you know, when you're in the Lion's Gate, you are there because you are chosen, you have purpose, and the demonic forces that we've seen where, you know, you're trying to do what you're trying to do, they come up against the lights because they know that anything is possible for you. They know that you're covered by the Netarunes, by the ancestors, right? So they see that as negative and they want to push that negative on you. But the ancestors is stepping in like, nah, I got them. They're going to shed that energy with the Aphilicus and move past that. The ancestors is like, you know, yes, that 13 can shift and be 31, right? But this energy is the ancestors is all over it for you. Even if it is a health situation, the answer you got the ancestors support there. Even if it's a money situation, you got the ancestors support there. You know, the message out of the whole ancestor message, if you can go back and watch the ancestor message, it may resonate with you, earth element, because that was the message. It's going to take a miracle, and the ancestors is showing, and it is going to happen. Anything is possible with this, and that is that miracle that's coming in, and that's in the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. So this is the change that's coming around for earth element. Okay, very bright, vibrant, very bright light that you are is going to be is going to overshadow what it is that you may be trying to go after, but could be trying to bring you darkness. You see, because the ancestors is showing the things that you are enduring at this time, but you also are attracting, is what you're inspired to do, as well as the new beginnings. Earth, this could be for about my Tauruses, because that's you. And I also have Pisces in here. You may have Pisces in your chart. I also have Capricorn, so this could be, very strong message for my Capricorns. And I also have Aquarius, so you could have Aquarius in your chart. But it's definitely energy of, this is on someone's soul in reference of what's going to be going on. Capricorn energy, I feel like it's about you using your intelligence, and you being able to communicate well and have no fear, in reference of getting close to the Jupiter energy that is here. So the answers is the same, but you're going to have to deal with the total opposite in some type of situation. Use your crown chakra, use your intelligence. All right. And don't fall into any type of lustful behavior, because it could cause whatever this is that you're lusting for, or whatever it is that, maybe you're not showing things, or maybe you're not seeing things the way that they should be, or the way that they are. It could cost you, some type of situation, because the ancestors gave you an overall message in reference of you shedding the old, moving into something new, you're transforming. But also know that the ancestors, you got two synchronicity numbers here, and they're positive. The ancestors, the 333, and then you have the 999, which is all about, a miracle. And that was the main message at hand overall. I do feel like things are going to be positive for you of what's changing, although you may have been going or coming out of some type of dark night of the soul. But earth, understand that you have the ability to use earthly elements for your highest good, and you have that ability to shift the energy at this time. All right. Much love to you. I'll see you soon. Peace.